I do know, I am aware that there are many reasons one can give as to why it seems a bit dodgy, but I'm going to try and give you 5 defenses as to why Medjugorje could well be authentic. The first one is miracles. And this is something numerous people say that they've experienced when they've been there. It can be various kinds of miracles, from the very strong smell of roses in areas where there are no roses, to rosaries turning gold, to all kinds of strange things that the sun is doing, whether that be spinning around, moving from side to side, shooting off various different colors, or increasing in size and then decreasing in size, kind of pulsating. Lots of people say they've experienced these things. I know skeptics will try and explain every single one of them. Oh, the rosaries, it's because of the material they're made of. Oh, the sun, it might just be the way you were looking at it. But a lot of people say they've experienced miracles there. I personally know 2 people that have been to Medjugorje. They both said that rosaries turn gold. They both said they saw the miracle of the sun. People aren't seeing this miracle of the sun in other countries. They seem to only be seeing it in Medjugorje. The second defense is conversions. People go there and there are conversions en masse. I mean, whether it be someone who wasn't Catholic becoming Catholic, whether it be somebody who was Catholic but kind of lukewarm, being much stronger in their faith, or whether it be somebody taking up a vocation. People have gone there and then become priests and nuns. So that certainly is one of the great good fruits coming from Medjugorje. The third defense, and it relates to the seers, and it's a defense of the fact that none of the seers have become priests or nuns. People wonder, why haven't any of the seers gone into religious vocations if they're constantly seeing the Virgin Mary? It's a fair thing to wonder, but at the same time, there have been approved Marian apparitions where the seers did not go into religious life, so this wouldn't be the first. They've all gotten married. Marriage is also a sacrament, nothing wrong with starting a family. It isn't like any of the seers have done anything particularly against the church. It isn't like, say, one of the female seers had a girlfriend and then started pushing for gay marriage and then started saying that Mary was telling her in visions that the church needs to stop attacking the LGBT community or whatever, and that might make you think, okay, this is getting kind of strange. But no, they've all just gone and married, and that is a sacrament. So I wouldn't say that the fact that they didn't become priests or nuns and got married is an argument against the apparitions taking place. Another reason, again with the seers, is that they've got filthy rich off these apparitions. There are numerous claims that they have mansions and cars and all kinds of things. Now, if you start looking through the internet, you do notice that there are various websites that talk about this and how much money they've supposedly made off it. But the thing is, when you look a little bit deeper, you realize that some of these sources are not particularly credible. For instance, if you go on the Wikipedia page for the Marian apparitions and then you scroll down to the actual seers, it gives you like a kind of paragraph or 2 about each one of them. And even there it talks about the luxury cars and houses that they supposedly have. The thing about Wikipedia is they often have sources there. And when you click on those sources, those numbers that then lead you to the source of where they got that information from, you realize the source isn't particularly good. It either leads to a website that actually has nothing to do with what the sentence was claiming, or sometimes it will take you to an article, a Croatian tabloidy kind of article that's making all these claims. Now, we know how much you can trust tabloids. The closest that I've gotten to seeing any pictures of these supposed houses and properties is one article that does have some pictures of a really nice property with a swimming pool. It's from booking.com, and it claims that it's actually one of the seers' properties and that they're renting it out. And that is about as close as we get to supposedly hard evidence. Now, it could well be that the seers have nice houses, they even have nice cars. Who's to say that that's something terrible? If they have families, who's to say they can't provide for them? Also, perhaps this is one of the graces that was given on them, that, after these apparitions, Medjugorje, going from a really poor town, would then become a slightly, wealthier town. I wouldn't say it's filthy rich. I don't think the people in Medjugorje are living like the people, like celebrities who have millions and tons of houses, but people might be better off financially, and that might be one of the great graces that has come from these apparitions. So again, I wouldn't say, if that's the case, that they have a little bit more materially, that means that they weren't having the apparitions. And also, a lot of these claims that they do have big 6-story mansions and fancy cars haven't been backed up by credible sources. And the final thing I want to talk about is maybe not necessarily a great defense, but it's something interesting that I would urge you to look into. First of all, we have 6 seers. When they initially allegedly saw the Virgin Mary, they were teenagers. One of them was 10 years old. Now, firstly, they had to all stick to this story for a long time, and they then did the bold thing, if indeed they're making this up, of saying that they continue to see the Virgin Mary, and they have continued to see the Virgin Mary until this day. Now, if they'd have simply said, look, we saw the Virgin Mary for a week, here's some messages she told us, and that's it. I still think there will be lots of pilgrims going to Medjugorje. I think business would be booming, and I think the seers could have all gotten fairly wealthy. They didn't need to keep having apparitions all the time. It would have been enough that they had them for 1 week, and I still think it would have attracted a lot of tourism who would love to speak to them and ask them about these apparitions. But instead they made the decision as teenagers, if indeed they made it up, to still keep seeing the Virgin Mary constantly, year after year, all the way up until now. And on top of that, they have secrets to reveal. It just seems like a lot of pressure to put on yourself if you're making these things up, to have thousands of people surrounding you and looking right at you as you're supposedly experiencing an apparition. I just don't think they would have needed to do that. I think it's really interesting that Mirjana, who supposedly has all 10 secrets, is supposed to reveal these secrets. She's allegedly been told by the Virgin Mary to choose a priest to tell these secrets to, and he, when the time is right, is then going to reveal those to the public. Now, she's chosen Father Petar Ljubicic. Now, Father Petar Ljubicic is currently 74 years old at the time of making this video, so I don't want to predict when he's going to die, but it seems like time is running out on him to reveal the secrets. So she might well, if she was making these up, have to kind of think about starting revealing these secrets to him now. But of course, if she isn't making this up, then she's going to reveal it to him whenever the time is right, whenever the Virgin Mary tells her to do it. I just think all those things are interesting because with the constant apparitions, with the secrets to be revealed, it just seems like, why do that to yourself if you are just kind of telling a story and just tricking people? Why not just say, we saw this a few times, and then just go off that for the rest of your life, and you'll still have lots of people coming interested and to listen to you. So anyway, thank you for watching the video, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.